took me like 3 hours to get them on. Well, good morning from a beautiful day in Texas. I haven't been around for a while, and I want to tell you why. First of all, yes, I'm wearing weird falsies on my eyes because I've always wondered what it would be like to wear these, and I have very wrinkly eyelids, so this doesn't look that great, but it took me like 3 hours to get them on. Not really, but they're very odd feeling, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to wear them again, but I just wanted to try them out for a video and see what they look like. Anyway, the reason why I haven't been around is that my husband had shoulder surgery 2 months ago, and I had to play nurse to him while he was recovering. He had a very torn rotator cuff and some issues with a bicep. And so I've been doing his chores and taking care of him and just been really busy. But I want to come back and give you an update kind of on what's going on with me. So first of all, I wanted to let you know that on Wednesday, I got back to running again. I've been very inconsistent with my exercise, and I decided to go ahead and start the C2 5K again, the Couch to 5K program, and just get back into running. I've mostly been walking and just doing some random exercise, but not been very consistent for the last couple of months. So I'm getting back to that. Also, I want to talk about my hair, which is looking a little frizzy right now. But for the last month, I've been doing the water-only No-Poo method. And some of you may know what No-Poo is, but in a nutshell, it's where you stop using shampoo, conditioners, and any kind of harsh chemicals in your hair. And you either use a baking soda and water shampoo and an apple cider vinegar and water hair rinse or conditioner, or you go totally water only, which is what I'm doing. So I did a lot of research on the internet and watched a lot of videos of people who have done the No-Poo method, and I decided to go ahead and try it. So about a month ago, I stopped washing my hair. I know that sounds really gross. I just didn't want to put harsh chemicals on my very thin hair because I lost a lot of hair back many years ago when I had 8 abdominal surgeries and lots of anesthesia. I have female pattern baldness, which is where I'm thinning, and just lots of stuff like that. And I just want to stop using harsh chemicals in my hair. So the reason I haven't been on for a month is because that transition period from when you stop using shampoo to the point where it becomes normalized is a tough period, I will tell you, because you can get pretty greasy. Your hair is really trying to figure out what is it you're doing. What are you trying to do here? So when you use shampoo and conditioners, your hair or your scalp is confused by this because it takes away all the natural oils or the sebum that's produced from your scalp. And so then the scalp thinks, oh, I need to produce more. So you tend to get a very greasy cycle going on where you have to shampoo in order to keep the oil level low. And so I really like this No-Poo method because once you get past the transition period, your head stops producing all this excess sebum, and then your hair doesn't look greasy or smell greasy or anything. I know it's hard to believe, but it's really true. So my husband's even doing it, and he's bald, and I know you're like, well, why is he doing it? Well, because he used to soap his scalp a lot, and I always felt like his head seemed greasy, even though he was soaping and cleaning. And what was happening was it was causing his scalp to produce excess oil. And so now that he's just rinsing with water and not using soap, his scalp is so much cleaner and less oily. A lot of people say you can use this method on your skin, on your facial skin as well. People say that my skin looks very clear, and I do think it's because I don't put any harsh chemicals on my face at all. So that's what's going on with the No-Poo method. Now, the hardest part for me is that my hair is very frizzy, being gray, and so I'm trying to decide how I'm going to deal with the frizziness. So some people say you can use a small amount of coconut oil and just kind of tame it down, but you have to be careful not to use too much oil or any kind of excess or extra type oils like coconut or I can't remember what the other oils are that they're out there that people have mentioned, but because then if you're doing the water only method, you really have no way to get rid of too much oil that you put in your hair other than using very warm water. Oh, and I want to mention that too. So what I do is I just rinse with a cooler water every day, but every couple of days, if I feel like my hair is starting to produce oil, or it's kind of gotten, there's a little oil produced every day, but when it's gotten to the point where I feel like, wow, I really need to get rid of some of this oil, I just rinse my head with a much warmer water. And then what that does is it releases or basically melts off any excess oil that you don't need. And then you just kind of start over. So I probably do that maybe every 3 or 4 days. I go ahead and I use the warmer water on my head. Otherwise, I just use a cool water, so it's not taking out any of the oil, the natural oil that I need in my hair. I know that one thing you can do is you can boil flax seeds in water and then take the liquid that it's produced and use that as a natural gel. And I think I'm going to try to do that. I just haven't had any time to do it, but I've heard that that's a really great way to tame some of the frizzies. So I'm going to look at doing that, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is High Carb Hannah's new ebook, because I had the blessing of getting to see that in advance. I read it and I love it. It's called Lean and Clean. You can purchase the ebook either from their rawtillwhenever.com website, or you can go to my Mrs. Plant Facebook page or my website, mrsplantinTexas.com, and I have a link there. It's my affiliate link because I do get some commission from selling their book. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I would not give a review on a book that I did not think was awesome. And I'm going to tell you what I really love about it. First of all, I love that it's an ebook and that they're not printing it, so it's environmentally friendly. And you only need to print out things that you really feel like you need to have in print. You can do that on your own, or take it to a Staples or Office Depot and have that printed off. So from an environmental perspective, it's not a physical book, and it's not causing us to cut down extra trees and stuff like that. So I like that. Also, what I love in the book is that this is really not just a book or a cookbook. It's really just full of educational information and lots of good, thought-provoking ideas that really, even though I've been plant-based for 4.5 years, after reading it, it made me really think about some things that previously I hadn't thought about in deep detail. So I love it. She talks about goals. I've always been resistant to do goals because whenever I set goals, I generally never meet them, and then I hate myself or I feel like a failure. And so I like the way she presented goals in this ebook, and I want you guys to also get a chance to read it. So if you purchase it, I'd love to hear what you think about the content in it. Also, she has a 14-day plan, which is SOS free. That stands for salt, oil, and sugar. And at first I thought, I don't know if I could do this, because I know oil is easy because I don't cook with oil. Sugar, pretty easy because you can replace it with fruits or fruit juices or dried fruits. But salt has always been really hard for me because I love foods salted. I have, in the last year, stopped salting actually in the dishes, and I try to salt at the table. But I don't have high blood pressure, so I've never really worried about using salt, and I don't use a ton of salt, but I do like food salted. What I like about this plan that she has is she has a low salt option, so you can try to do things with no salt. And then if you feel like you need to add a little bit, you can add a small amount at the table, and it's probably smaller than what I would normally salt at the table. So I'm going to have to reduce what I was doing. So I've tried a couple of dishes already that way, and they're delicious. So I'm excited about it. Starting on November 28th, which is a Monday, it's the Monday after Thanksgiving, I have asked the Mrs. Plant community on Facebook if they want to join me in doing the 14-day plan together so that we can kind of just get a jump start on eating healthier whole foods. And I have a lot of people that said, yes, me, I want to do it. So I'm very excited about it. We're going to do it together, and we're going to talk about it on the Mrs. Plant community page on Facebook. So if you would like to purchase the book, I'm going to put the link below, the ebook. And then if you want to join us, head over to Mrs. Plant Facebook and join us on November 28th. Before then, I'm going to be testing out the recipes myself and eating them and really unofficially starting before the 28th, just because I'm ready to go. I just feel like I want to enjoy Thanksgiving, and that day I'm going to just take off and eat what we've cooked, which is mostly going to be very healthy, but we'll have some treats that day. And then after that, get right back on with the plan with all the Mrs. Plant community. So I'm excited about that. I love doing things in community with people. I think it helps to have that support and to just have somebody to talk to, or to vent to if you're struggling, or just to talk about your successes, because I think sometimes the people in our own family, they can't appreciate how great it is that maybe we had a whole day where we didn't mess up at all. We just really had a great whole foods plant-based day that included some exercise and all the water you need and everything. So I just think that having it on the community will be great. Anyway, I am so looking forward to making more videos. I've missed doing this. I will continue to do my what I eat in a day and some recipe videos as well. I think a lot of people really enjoy those, but I do like to come on here and show my face and tell you what's going on in my life, and I love to hear your comments below. So please like and subscribe and put your comments below, because I love to respond to everybody as much as I possibly can. I think I probably respond to 99% of the comments, and the ones that I don't respond to, I just didn't see them for some reason. So thank you so much for visiting. Love to have you, and come by my Mrs. Plant Facebook page and join our community there as well. Have a great day. Yeah.